Hello and welcome to the Contemporary Arts Radio channel. You are on air with Elizabeth, and today we will be hearing from 4 different people, all to which are pursuing a career in the contemporary arts sector of education. Welcome, Ellie. Firstly, I would like to ask you, what do arts educators do?
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Arts educators teach, educate. They build relationships with teachers, especially students, and also guardians. They build rapport amongst the students. They have resources. They plan. They're up to date with current arts-related events. They create, inspire, encourage. They have a safe space for students so they can act, they can dramatize, they can change the world within their space. They have respect, and they ask for respect in return.
How do they maintain a supportive classroom environment?
I believe to have a supportive classroom environment, you need to have positive relationships with the students, positive relationships amongst the students, and also amongst the teachers. They also need to have motivation. There needs to be motivation within the students and also within the teacher. The teacher needs to be able to feel motivated for the students to have opportunities. They also need to have great autonomy. They need to have a vision and understand the vision. They need to really get into that vision and work really tremendously with the students to make sure they accomplish that vision. They also need to be a sense of belonging in the classroom. The classroom needs to feel like each and every one has a specific element to it that makes them belong and makes them feel needed and wanted and useful in the classroom. The teacher also needs to feel like they belong, that they belong there. There also needs to be competence. The students need to be able to feel confident to do the task at hand, and the teacher needs to be able to feel competent to actually manage the class.
Thank you, Ellie. Now, a big welcome to Esther. How can an arts teacher provide a whole school community approach, Esther?
Oh yeah, thanks Elizabeth. So I think that in order to have a whole school community approach, you firstly need involvement with all the teachers. So for instance, you need to have all the grades from 8 to 12 or 7 to 12 in on what's happening. You need to see if you can integrate studies. For instance, maybe you can combine a science experiment and turn it into a drama presentation. You never know what could happen. Also, I think community support. Visiting theatre groups, for instance, a local theatre group. There's many students that perform outside of school, and having the moral support from the school group going there really revs them up and gives them a good go. Also, putting on performances, getting out there, making sure that other schools see you, that parents get to see you. That makes it a whole school community approach. Also, feedback. Talking to other teachers and talking to other grades and whatnot. Don't ever feel like you can't talk to them or that you're up against them. You're all one. That's what teachers are. That's what arts teachers are. Also, creating events that, you don't have to be an art student for. Biology students, they like to give it a go. They like to get out there and make sure they have a good time too. So why not? Why not let them have a go? And why not you be the one to do it? Why not you be the one to put on something extra for them?
What are some morals and values for the classroom, Esther?
Oh yeah, some morals and values I think of being an arts educator are I think honesty. Honesty is a good one. Making sure you're honest, making sure the students are honest. Being loyal, having a loyalty within your classroom. Supportive, tolerance, kindness, self-control. Teaching students to have self-control, to take everything in and let everything out as well. Uniqueness. That's one major thing you need in arts. You need to have a uniqueness about you. No copying, just you and that's it. Freedom. You need students to have a freedom. They need to be able to get out there and have a good crack at something creative. Also, a team member. That's a one vital thing that you need, especially in drama. You need to be a team player. You need to give it a go, and you need to let others give it a go too. Involvement, recognition. Students need and they love to be recognised for the work that they do. It also creates friendship and justice, positivity. Respect is a major one. Having respect within the classroom and also, you know what? Giving your students respect. They value that just as much as you value it.
Thank you, Esther. Now, hi George. How can arts teachers professionally network?
Oh yeah, g'day. Well, I think being an arts teacher and professional networking is one of the major things and roles within actually being a teacher. I think networking with other teachers is one of the big main factors in schools. Also committees, and being a part of committees, you know, in the community, but also within the school. Also hearing student feedback, you know, like what they want and how you think they need change. Sometimes, you know, listening to what they want is as good as listening to what you want. The other thing is arts teachers in the school don't feel like you are up against anyone else. You're all working together. You're all a part of the same team. That's exactly, you're all together. Also community. Getting out there in the community and talking to other people, seeing what other people are doing and how other people are coping and what they're doing with their classes in order to get ahead as well.
What are some personal reflections you can share with us on being an arts educator, George?
Oh yeah, some personal reflections I can share with you is well, being an arts teacher is quite rewarding. Watching your kids create and come up with new and eventful and inspiring things makes me want to get up every day and see what it has to offer out there. I really enjoy being an arts educator, and I think that you know, I'm now 70 years old and it was the best thing that I ever did. I came into this industry with a blind eye, and I started out as a you know, a manual arts teacher back in the 80s, and like now I'm here, and I'm so glad to be in the drama industry, and I'm so glad that I can teach all the students what arts it really is all about. And you know, I strive to maintain a really positive outlook, and I love to you know, promote that. I have an open classroom door policy, and I work with students to make sure that they can succeed at grade 12, and I'm just an all-round top bloke, and that's what makes me feel like you know, being an arts educator is for everyone. Like, no matter what, you know, you got to give it a good go, and you have so much fun. You just get in there, and you can just have a good day in the arts classroom.
Thank you, George. Hi there, Joe. What are some learning theories and ICT inclusions used in arts education?
Oh yeah, thanks Elizabeth. Well, I would like to say that some learning theories I like to go by are constructivism, and so that's experiencing its world itself. Like, so I like to go by students also just, you know, experiencing things in a way that they learn from it then. I also use the ARCS model by Keller in my teaching. So I like the motivation that it has. I like them to have the attention, number one, the two, of the relevance, and then the confidence. And also then comes satisfaction. So after, you know, the attention, the relevance, and the confidence, they then have a satisfaction. And that's what they need in order to continue on, you know, with their studies. Also, ICTs some ICTs that I like to use are video, PowerPoint, camera,
also online videos of other performances that usually inspires my students. Also maybe special effects in drama. Also blogs. Blogs are one of the bigger things, like, getting students to get out there and create a blog, especially in grade 12, sets them up if they want to finally have a job, they have a blog already created. So it really, really incorporates, that's one of the main things that I like to stand by in my teaching.
Finally, what are some professional and beneficial learning opportunities for arts educators, Joe?
Some professional or beneficial learning opportunities for arts educators, I believe, are outside drama groups, theatre groups. Online theatre groups are really good. Going to workshops, having monthly reflections of yourself. That's really one of the main things I do. I tend to get it, with my mate George, and we tend to look what we need to do and what needs to happen in order for us to move forward in our drama and in our arts community. Mainly just going out and going to workshops, because you can only learn more. You can't learn less. You can only learn more, which is the main thing that we need to instill in our students. You can never learn too much, and that's what teachers need to know. Sometimes even going just to workshops that have no relevance to the arts is really handy, because they know a little bit more about things than what we know, and it's really handy.
Goodbye from the Contemporary Arts Radio Channel.